do you remember when Lil Yachty was trying to crush his own group, especially the face of the group, KARRAHBOO? If not, quick reminder.
Good care. If you want to tell this shit, tell the whole story. Go ahead, tell people how you verbally abuse people, all right? Don't get on here and make it seem like niggas kicked you out. Like niggas kicked you out cause bullying you. Bro, go ahead, tell people how you talk to people. How you tell my security guard, oh, you homeless, oh, you work for me, oh, you ain't got no, you're poor, and we above you, and how you talk to people like they nothing. You talk to people like they small, like they beneath you. Bro, hold on. Tell people how you verbally abuse people. How you told me you gonna spit on me when you see me. Tell people how you talk to people, bro. How you your brain is clinically imbalanced, bro. How you disrespect people. How you go around treating people in your everyday life. I've been letting you do this whole thing where you act like you like a princess and you sweet and you know like, oh, you just such a good girl. Bro, stop the front, bro. Internally, we have withheld your actions since the beginning of me giving you this career. What are we talking about, bro? What the fuck are we even talking about, bro? You don't even do nothing. What the Yo, bro, it's so crazy to me, bro, because I've given you a career, and time you just disrespect me. I wrote every fucking verse you've done. I dressed you. I dressed all 5 of y'all niggas, bro. I dressed 5 niggas every time we stepped out the house. I put an outfit on everybody. I put 8-carat earrings in everybody's ear. I put 3 chains on all y'all neck. We bought a Cartier watch. I gave you that chrome Rolex. Bro, you the most you was watching tables. You was waiting. What are we talking about, nigga? I changed your motherfucking life.
He called her all types of stuff. Said she was a terrible person, was mean to people, couldn't talk to people. Everyone was tired of her attitude. And then also he said he wrote the verse for her On the Radar freestyle, which helped her popularity. KARRAHBOO heard all of that and said, didn't write the verse for On the Radar freestyle? She stepped all over all the other accusations of her being a terrible person just to confirm recently that she wrote her biggest song to date. And while sitting with DDG on his new podcast, she would talk about how she writes most of her records and how the verse for the On the Radar freestyle was edited by Yachty, not written by him. As in, she tried to write a verse a couple times, and then the day before, he took what she had already made and refined it to the verse that we would eventually hear on the freestyle. Now, in this podcast and after the podcast, KARRAHBOO will go on to claim that Yachty had writers, which in this entire story, Lil Yachty having writers will be the most interesting and newsworthy bombshell. Not because Lil Yachty's music is so amazing, but more so because I didn't think he would need help with that. To be fair, I think Lil Yachty music is good. The only thing that he doesn't have that's good is his voice. And there's nothing he can do about that. It's not really fair to him, especially because his artist, or former artist, KARRAHBOO, has a great rap voice. So we don't know how much of that led to the resentment that Lil Yachty would have towards her and the rest of the group.
You talk to my fucking label crazy. You claim I was stealing money from you. Bro, stealing money from you how, nigga? Stealing money from you how, bro? You ain't made no money, bro. See, this is the problem with you new artists. Y'all get popping online, and then you become more popular than your actual music, right? You $900,000 in a hole, and I got every fucking receipt, nigga. $900,000 concrete in a hole. I got every fucking receipt, nigga, and I'ma post it. I dare you, try me. Try me, I'ma post it, nigga. And I'll post how much money your fucking streams are made. You got, bro, stop, don't go on the internet and act like I'm bullying you, bro. I've been nothing but loving and caring and paid your bills and gave you money and took you around the world. And nobody would even know who the KARRAHBOO was if it wasn't for me. What are we talking about, bro? What the f are we talking about, bro? I wrote that fucking verse when we went on the radar. I put you last on purpose so everyone would say, who the f is that girl? I slowed the beat down. I put 808 specifically on your verse. So when it got to your part and the beat dropped, everyone would be like, oh, the girl is the craziest one. I wrote that verse the night before we even went on the radar on my phone. Bro, I got the voice, I got the reference. What the f are we talking about? You ain't never wrote a song in your life. That's why ain't no music came out since you been left. Cause you ain't got no music. Cause you can't rap. What are we talking about? And I wasn't gonna say nothing on my mother's life. I was gonna let you go live your life and go get a new writer and go get a stylist and go do you. I wasn't gonna speak on you, but you gonna go on the internet and say that I'll bully you? Kara, I've never bullied you. I let you live in my house for free. You lived in my house for free when you didn't have nowhere to live. I let you live in my house. I let you live in my house for free.
People really just don't know about like how the industry really is. And like, I don't even know, like, it's like no way for me to explain shit without like putting other people's business out there. Like,
yeah, no, I don't put in my business.
Person, so like,
no,
but I will say though, like a lot of people, like obviously he shared the reference for the On the Radar thing, right? But people just don't know, like, the whole thing was, On the Radar wanted to do me again, because I already did it. I did it the first time.
Yeah.
I told my boss at that time or whatever, I was about to do it, and he said, you're not ready. And I just did it anyway. And it went good for me. And then they wanted to have me back. And I said, let's do concrete. Like, let's do the whole, let's just like switch the beat on each person's part.
Yeah.
So I set it up or whatever, and we were doing our shit in the studio. One night we started, and I wrote something, and I tried to put it in, and I didn't like it. And then we went on tour right after that. And so I'm on the bus like every night, every chance I get, I'm rewriting the verse. Like, I'm rewriting the verse. I wrote it like 4 times. Like, and then like my boss was just, people wasn't fucking with it or whatever. And I didn't really like it that much either, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and it was basically like, they wanted to do On the Radar for like press, what is it called when you're
press
about to
run.
drop an album?
Press run, some shit like that.
They wanted that to be a part of it or whatever, because we were about to put out the tape or whatever. I didn't want to do it because I didn't have my shit together. Like, I didn't like my verse. And it was the night before, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then the day of came. No, the night before I said I'm not doing it. And then bro literally like did a little voice message and sent it to me on the bus. And I'm like, this sounds good. And like what people don't know is like he based it off my flow, off my life, my lyrics, like the shit I rap about, the shit I went through. Like, and he's like, that's what a writer does.
Yeah.
They take you and they just whatever. But I'm thinking like I didn't really care because I try to write my shit, whatever. I write all my other shit. Like, it just don't matter. It's a cipher with 5 other people. Like, I didn't think I would be the one to carry it or whatever.
Yeah.
So at the time, so I'm just like, whatever, like do it for the little press, whatever. But the morning of, I actually texted them and I was like, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm sick. And then like Calvin, the boy on the radar, he was like, no, please do it. I think it'll be really good, blah, blah. So I went and he did it. And I had Mitch and Wes put the beat switches on there, but they didn't like the beat switches, so they took it off. But when we got there, I was like, y'all, this loop is boring. Like, people aren't gonna pay attention. Like, I'm keeping my stuff on, like. So y'all don't want me to flex on you, but me have the only beat switch. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, y'all should keep y'all's, but I think Bolt only kept his, and yeah, Bolt only kept his, and then on tour we used like the one with Draft's part on it, but
Yeah.
I dressed 5 niggas every time we stepped out the house.
So KARRAHBOO writing a verse, not liking it, nobody liking it, and her trying to remake it and make it better and refine it. And then eventually her label owner, her friend, someone who has records, decided to refine it so that she wouldn't embarrass herself in that freestyle, which was the next day. Is that a terrible thing? Does that make her untalented? Sure, her sluggish approach to interviews, including this one, and music, and basically everything, it seems like. Sure, that could be off-putting for some, but the nonchalant attitude is fun to watch from an artist. This person isn't your lawyer or a brain surgeon. It's a rapper's persona. But not only a rapper, KARRAHBOO considers herself an artist. So much so that she takes offense when people try to give her creative ideas. The whole fallout with Yachty has almost traumatized her to the point where she's closing down her creative space. She'll tell a story about how engineers would try to give her a line or someone would try to give her ideas while being in the studio, and now she has a new rule that nobody's allowed in the studio.
This random girl, first of all, my new shit is like nobody need to be in the studio but who I say, like who I invite. Because like, my energy has to be good. I have to feel good. I have to feel safe and comfortable.
Right.
So I could be happy and record like properly. If I'm nervous, if I'm thinking about some shit, like I don't need all that.
Yeah.
So it's just like my people need to be in there. But I put up the other day, nice ass studio. I was so ready to record, but he had this girl with him, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna let it fly. I'm in the booth, bro.
Yeah.
This girl, I'm about to rap, right? This girl gonna open the door and say, hey, I just had an idea. And I was like, oh, what is it? I don't even know why I didn't even think she was about to start. This girl just started busting out rapping, bro.
That was some different shit.
I said, oh, no, babes.
Bro,
I'm telling you, the engineers be like, hey, if you need, like, you know, I be punching in.
Yeah.
So if I get stuck sometimes, like an engineer, because I be using all different engineers right now, he'll feel the need to like insert himself and be like, hey, if you need any ideas, like, I do a little writing here and there.
I hate when niggas do that. I hate when niggas do that.
Be trying to get in the game.
And I be trying not to get mad because like that's how the industry is. Like literally almost everybody uses them. So like people expect, they don't think they're being rude, but it's honestly so rude to me because like you see what I just went through. Like over some shit I never wanted to do.
But that's the slowest way to get better at anything. There's a reason world champion athletes have coaches, trainers, and practice or sparring partners. A team working towards the same goal makes progress faster than someone on their own. Music is an art and it's collaborative. Having writers is not a bad thing. It only matters for specific types of music. Because if you're telling us this is your story about your life, then yeah, probably we want to hear it crafted by you. But having an editor is not a bad thing. Do you think it's a bad thing? Let me know in the comment section because this could be a great discussion. If an artist writes their lives, but someone who's a professional writer can help them edit it so that it's more impactful, is that a bad thing? If you're writing a story about your life and you get an editor, they're not going to have you create stories. They're just going to help you refine the way you express it. What words and when to use those words and grammar. Does that mean you're a cheater? Does that mean you're untalented? Does that mean your story is less important and doesn't need to be told? Let me know in the comment section. And then after her appearance on the podcast, the clips will make its round where DJ Academics will post this clip of KARRAHBOO saying Lil Yachty doesn't write. Well, to be fair, she said he had help on this record.
And you know what's crazy? Boat used writers for Let's Start Here. Is that the album? He had a whole team of writers in El Paso, Texas. Like, what are you doing, bro? He can't. My bad. Ugly. Next.
No, everybody.
Keep that. Dumbass.
Everybody use writers, man. It's all good, bro.
Like, it's your job, damn near. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
I thought about being a writer.
I'm not using them, though, right now. Like, since Boat, first of all, I didn't want to use them. We used to argue all the time. I didn't want to use them. Like, I didn't like talking about see this and dumbass shit. Like, I don't even talk like that. So just like, I'm straight on that. But we used to clash about it because he got an ego. But now I'm not going to use no writers because I haven't even dropped the tape yet. I need people to know, like, I just at least need to put my own tape body of work out with just me. You feel me? Like, so people can know, like, I'm not playing with y'all dumbass. Like, it been me the whole time. Like, it's my shit. You feel me? And then after that, like, if it become like a, you know, when you years in this shit, just to make it easier, maybe I'll use a writer. But right now, I don't see myself doing that because I don't think I need it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think my whole swag is me being me on the song. Like, people don't really talk about what I talk about, or I don't know, like, I just feel like the only thing that works is talking about what I talk about, my flow, do my shit. Like, that's what's working for me.
Yeah.
On the streams, like, that's what's working, like, on science paper, you dig?
Does that mean Lil Yachty doesn't write at all? No, that just means there were other writers in the room building this product, which is an album. Now, Yachty would not like that type of accusation being placed on his name, so he would comment on academics' posts saying, "No one has ever wrote for me ever, just for the record." That doesn't really surprise me because Lil Yachty is not the greatest rapper, but he does make good music. So maybe he's not being entirely honest in regards to no one ever writing anything, but I think he's trying to say no one's ever ghostwritten for him, as in giving him a verse or a whole song for him to just recite, like he's done for people like Drake. But KARRAHBOO will go on her Instagram and continue to fight back, as she will post that comment with her own caption saying, "Good night." She would then post this highlights by a writer named Jacob Portrait from Spotify. And their next story post was about a different writer. You think she's just shouting out these writers for no reason? No, she's clearly insinuating that Lil Yachty has worked with Jacob Portrait and T.O. Holm, at least for some type of work. Creatives working together is never a bad thing unless someone is taking all the credit for it as if they did it themselves, by themselves. If you disagree with that, please let me know why in the comment section. And KARRAHBOO would not finish there, as she would show receipts and evidence that she did write some of her own records, especially her most popular, as she shows text messages between her and Yachty where she's sending the record to Yachty and him liking it. She will comment on this saying, "No hard feelings, but you're not finna keep lying on me." That seems to be the crux of her main argument. If they don't want to work together anymore, this should have been a clean split. But when you spend a lot of time with someone, especially a group, y'all were friends before y'all started working together, it's difficult to break that off and maintain a friendship. But it seems like she's trying to maintain some type of a relationship with him, even if it's not a creative one. As she would post, "Trying to hurt each other on the internet is stupid. I want no parts, but you gonna stop lying on me. I'm putting my foot down, young man." So even though we might not get a reunion, their public feud might be over. And KARRAHBOO is fighting to get herself out of the grave that Lil Yachty was trying to bury her in. Will this start a movement of female rappers taking control of their creative process? Because isn't it so sad how so many female rap records are written by men? I'm all for collaboration, but if the men are just using the women as puppets, then the escort rap era were just men using female voices to manipulate women and sell records. Maybe finally we'll start to hear female rappers from their own perspectives, using their own words. But will that mean better or worse songs? If any of your songs blow up and gets categorized as a genre you didn't intend, whatever you do, keep your mouth shut and enjoy your success, unlike Tommy Richmond in this video.